If you guys are looking for any cheap and reliable coins, check out MMOPO.com. Use the code PINGU at checkout to get 8% off. You guys, welcome to Season 3, Episode number 7 of the Derby Courier Live. And to start off this episode, we do have the game against Liverpool in the Carabao Cup. I think we will be using I don't know, is it the first team or second team? I always make an assumption when we get into the games, kind of what the fitness situation is looking like. But I'll probably play a second team with a few first team players in. It really does depend on fitness, because Crystal Palace aren't the most difficult, but the likes of Bielik, maybe Cabral and Mount will come out, and yeah, let's go into the game and we'll make those changes and see what looks best. They are playing like Marco Grujic, and it's still a very strong Liverpool team, of course, but it'll be interesting to see what the team does look like. I might even be tempted to put Matt Clark in, to be honest, because I kind of prefer him over Fosu Mensah. We'll keep Felipe in, we'll keep Lema in. Low can come in for Gulam, and probably Mount for somebody. Here we are then at home for the Carabao Cup game against Liverpool. Decided to put him in their green kit for today's game. We've had to make a few changes due to fitness. We kept Cabral up front, and maybe could have done with putting Danny Ings in, because he is in pretty good form. We've got Gray, Sibley and Chukwueze behind the striker. Lema comes into the midfield. Bogle goes to right back. Clark into the defence with Gulam. So it's still a pretty strong team, but we'll have to wait and see what Liverpool have got. And it is, yeah, that's their first team. Maybe Marco Grujic for, like a, I don't know. I think that, to be honest, they've sold both Wijnaldum and Thiago. So yeah, it's pretty much the same Liverpool team as always, with Mane, Firmino and Salah up front, Van Dijk in the defence, and good old Alisson in goal, who does, he loves a good save, he does. Good chance out wide here for Gulam if we can get the ball into the box. Hopefully Cabral can get his head on it. Oh, it's Bakayoko. How the hell done that? Literally out of nowhere. Bakayoko has volleyed that into the back of the net, and he's a brilliant player. Like, I don't know, I didn't expect him to be as good as he is, but that is literally out of nowhere. Gulam with the ball into the middle. I was expecting Cabral to head it, but Bakayoko's volleyed it and it's gone into the back of the net to get us into the lead, and that is a wonderful goal to get us into the lead with 10 minutes to go to half time. Chance here for Gray. He's in the box. Can he get the finish? Sits straight into Alisson's hands and out for a corner. Gulam with the delivery then to end off this first half. It's onto Bakayoko's head into the back of the net, and Bakayoko is brilliant, like just an unbelievable player, and does get us into a 2-goal lead to end off this first half. And I don't know what to say about him. Like, it says he's 81 rated, but he probably should be about 85. It's a great delivery into the middle. I think that's Grujic marking him, and the defender can't clear it off the line, and he does get the second goal of the game to make it 2-0, and it seems to be a bit of a Bakayoko show. Starting the second half here then against Liverpool, and like the last episode we played against Spurs, and that was that felt like ultimate difficulty. I don't know if it's because it's the Carabao Cup, and I don't know, maybe Liverpool have taken their foot off the pressure, but it is a couple of really good goals actually when you break them down. The volley from Bakayoko and the header, standout goals for the holding midfielder, and in terms of actually scoring with our attackers, we're finding it quite difficult. So it's it's kind of set pieces that are setting us apart. But can Chukwueze pull it across here for Cabral? Yes, he can. And when you do get into the 2-goal lead, obviously the defence just push up the pitch, and it just makes getting that third goal very, very easy. And Cabral does make it 3-0 there. One thing I will actually do now is probably bring on Danny Ings for Cabral, because then we can hopefully get him in the next game against Crystal Palace. But yeah, Bakayoko just unbelievable. It says he's got 50 shoot. What is his volleys actually? Because that volley for the first goal, 37 volleys, and he's pulled that one out of the bag. That is just unbelievable. And what's his heading accuracy actually? I want to see what that is. Because again, 73 is actually decent. So I don't know. It's been one of those games where I think everything's kind of fallen for us quite nicely. But yeah, Chukwueze with a nice run there, pulls it across. Cabral's going to always score from that distance, and yeah, we can get him rested up now. Firmino trying to slip it in here. It's into Parejo, who's not exactly the fastest or the strongest, so winning the ball off him is quite an ease. But we have got it straight back to Firmino with the shot, but wide of the post. chance here out wide. Good ball for Damari Gray. Can he find the back of the net there? That's the question. Slips it across to Danny Ings. Gets the shot and scores against his former club. Not too sure if Danny Ings is a Liverpool fan or not, but yeah, he gets the goal against his old club, and we do make it 4-0 there. But as I said, like when you get into like a 2-goal lead, and especially when the opposition don't score, the games are just very easy. You know, it's kind of obvious to say it, but like when you score and don't concede, the games are easy. But if you can see one goal, like if Liverpool started this game with a goal, then it's a bit of a challenge. But I don't know, it's one of those where we are in the Carabao Cup and it's not that important. And there we go, full time against Liverpool. We have won the game 4-0. Man of the match has to go to Timo Bakayoko, because just an unbelievable performance. And a clean sheet against Liverpool is a very rare occurrence. But I want to see if Liverpool actually... They didn't have a single shot on target. They had a lot of possession, but I think the combination of both Bakayoko and Lema in that holding midfielder role were just unbelievable. But obviously Max Bird is also a very good player. As you can see, the teams such as West Brom, Man United, Newcastle, us, Leicester, Swansea. Oh no, Swansea haven't played yet, so yeah, we'll see those in a minute. Loan offer for our Ukrainian goalkeeper from Blackpool. I think I will just probably accept this because he's 59 rated, and I'm not too bothered where he goes, to be frankly honest. We only signed him because we had one goalkeeper at the club at the time, and I didn't want a situation where if Ramsdale got injured. So yeah, we'll accept that. Hopefully we can get them to pay the majority of the wages, and that way obviously it'll just make things... Well, I guess he's not on that much money anyway. It's not exactly burning a hole in our pocket, but you know, if we can get them to pay most of the wages, 225 quid a week, sure, why not? And then we'll accept the £500,000 transfer sum for him. And you know, as I said, I'm not bothered about the youth players, but yeah, getting him out of the club would be good. Let's have a look and see if the next round of the Carabao Cup has been drawn. And it is against Leicester City, and it just as I said, I think in the last episode, if the Carabao Cup game, it's just so frustrating. Obviously there's an international break here, I think. But the amount of fixtures, you know, we've got Liverpool, then Inter, Southampton, Leicester. I don't know if this is the semis or the quarters. Where are we in the Carabao Cup now? I think it's the quarterfinals. I'm kind of happy that we did get Leicester, because they're still a pretty beatable team. Bristol City, West Brom would be the team I'd like in the semi-final, obviously. One of those two, maybe even Newcastle or Swansea. But Chelsea and Man United are the only two big teams remaining in this competition. So it's definitely an opportunity to get some silverware. I'm not that fussed, to be honest, about a Carabao Cup. So we'll probably just stick to our second team in those games. But yeah, next game is against Crystal Palace, so we're down in 16th. We're 7th in the table with 19 points. A win will put us up to the Champions League spots. But yeah, Palace have currently only got 8 points, 1 win from our first 10 games. So yeah, let's go into that game. Hopefully can get the 3 points. I think the next game is against Victoria Plazan, isn't it, in a few days' time. So I'm not too fussed, because obviously we'll play our second team against them, and then we'll play our first team against Chelsea, and then go into the international break. Here we are then at Selhurst Park against Crystal Palace. Let's have a look and see what their team looks like. They are playing a 4-4-2. Bryce Samba, the Nottingham Forest goalkeeper. I think that's Tariq Mitchell at left back. Then Mustafi, Caldara and Ospina. I'm not too sure who the right back is. Townsend and Mayer on the wings. Then Grilic and Lucas Torreira. Then a front two of Paulson and Raul Jimenez, who are actually two really good strikers. Actually, they're probably around, you know, probably the same calibre as Cabral. So definitely have got a very good attack. But as you said, like, I'd love to know if you can change the time of day, because this is like a late, you know, evening kickoff, and you can... These shadows are just absolutely massive. One side here to Bird, bringing it forwards. Hopefully can get us the first opening of this game. Josrek has found that opening and has found the back of the net to make it 1-0 in the 30th minute. I do want to apologise just how, I don't know, just horrible it looks in this shadowy environment. I'd love to know if there is a way of changing that, but I just don't think there is, because it's kind of locked. But yeah, Kamil Josrek with another goal there. Is he 85 rated now? Yeah, he is. I thought he was 84. But yeah, the the growth of this team is brilliant. It's kind of mad that he's only got 76 shooting. I don't know why that is. I don't know if it's maybe because of his long shots at 69. Not the best of penalties as well, but in terms of finishing, obviously 83 finishing is top quality, and yeah, he's one of those players that is really, really good on the ball, and it's really good to see, you know, the likes of Bielik, Bird and Joswiak all doing well since the very start of this career mode. Tackle there from Joswiak, tracking back, good to see. Can Bird bring it forwards into Lema now? I do like Lema in the middle, but obviously it's just Bakayoko so good as well. It's just trying to keep everyone happy, of course. Now into Bird. Can he slip in Joswiak to get his second of the game with the shot? And there you go. Literally every single shot, like goal scoring opportunities with Joswiak, the keeper just has no chance, and does get a second goal there to make it 2-0 and to get us in a really comfortable position. I think we will go into some substitutions now just to rest up players. Don't exactly need to rest them, but yeah, it's just good to rotate and keep everyone happy. Interception there from Mount. Can Knight slip in Danny Ings? It's a really good ball from the Irish international. Can Danny Ings find the back of the net? Not quite. Somehow still got the ball. Penalty. What for? Why is there a penalty there? I want to watch this back. I don't know if it was off the ball. I'm sorry, but is that a penalty? Really? Don't quite. How is this a penalty? That right there is the penalty. The game's gone a bit. That's VAR, that is. I don't know how that's a penalty, but we will give it to Joswiak to potentially get his hat-trick in the game. Hasn't got the best of penalties, but I guess we'll do our best and hopefully find the back of the net. Unfortunately, keeper does save it, and it wasn't even a penalty, so I'm not that bothered, because it just was never a penalty in a million years. But just really, really odd that's a penalty. Corner for Palace then, into the box. It's gone into the back post. Can he get there? And that is a great gather from Handanovic. And exactly, you know, the difference in goalkeepers is really clear to see. But can Kamil Joswiak get his hat-trick here? Did miss the penalty. Can he find it from open play? Yes, he can. With that 5-star weak foot, does get his hat-trick and make sure we get the 3 points, of course. And yeah, just a wonderful performance. Other than Joswiak, I think going forwards we've been not that great. I think he's had the best opportunities with that pace that he does have. And yeah, 6th goal of the season. Good to see him getting a few more Premier League goals this season. I think last year did kind of struggle, but also getting goals in the Champions League. Chance here in the box. Hopefully we can keep the clean sheet. It's just about, it's falling back to him, and yeah, we've lost the clean sheet in the final minute. And yeah, really unfortunate. It's, as I said, like, it's not about tackling the play. It's just literally about stopping the shots, and they just got a bit fortunate there that the ball did fall back to them. And yeah, they do get that late goal. Last attack here down the right. Can he whip a ball into the middle? Joswiak is there waiting. Did that come off Joswiak? I'm not too sure if that did or not. But he has, I think it's gone down as his goal as a 4th. I don't know. He headed it at Bryce Samba. Goes back to him. Bounces off at him. It goes into the back of the net, and he does get the 4th goal of the game to wrap things up. And there we go. There's full time. It's a bit of a mad goal, that last one there. But nice to see Kamil Joswiak get the match ball for today's game. And yeah, he was just unbelievable this game. We'll miss the next game due to fitness, but it is only Victoria Plazan. Message from the board here. Not too sure what we need to reduce wages by 67k, and I'm just not too sure how to actually do that. But yeah, like, I don't quite understand. You know, we're in season 3, we're in the Champions League, and the objective is to just not lose in 10 games. Like, it's just really, really weird of an objective, that is, to be frankly honest. But with that win, we do go into 5th in the table, so that's good to see. And yeah, if we win this game, we're pretty much through to the next round. We do have a loan offer here for Van der Voort from Crystal Palace. Now, I think I will reject this and probably even remove him from the shortlist because we have actually sold. We have sold Ramsdale, so we probably will move to our backup goalkeeper now. And there we go. The Ukrainian goalkeeper is going to Blackpool in the January transfer window. Obviously, it'll just thin the squad a little bit and just makes things look a little bit nicer without those youth academy players. Danny Ings is currently the 6th highest goal scorer with 3 goals. Obviously, for some reason, this Mihalik guy from Plaza is the top goal scorer in the Champions League. So we do need to be a little bit cautious in this game. Not to concede, of course, but we will be using our second team. I might put Van der Voort in goal, although the only issue about him is his match sharpness just isn't there. I just think it's too much of a gamble, really. So we'll keep Handanovic in. He's in great form at the minute, and we've kept a couple of clean sheets in this episode, which is a very rare occurrence. Like, you just don't see that happen every day. I think I will go. I don't know. I really don't like Batshuayi, so I'm just gonna probably just let him go in January if Chelsea do recall him. It's not that major to me, really. Here we are then for our Champions League game against Victoria Plaza. It's it's going to be a win. It's just a matter of when, hopefully. We have got Riaz into the team, Gulam at left back, and obviously just a new second team. And it's just nice that we've got these two teams. Obviously, I've kept Handanovic in goal. Probably could have gone for Van der Voort, but I just think that match sharpness is a little bit low. And just, since Mihalik is the highest goal scorer in the competition, I just don't want us to lose this game, basically. So we still need to be a little bit careful. Chance here for Ings to slip it into Chukwueze. He's on the left-hand side today. Has he got the finish, though? He just doesn't quite have the finishing ability that I'd like from our wingers. Obviously, Josrak's that, he's the model that I'm looking for. But they do have a really tall striker in today. I don't think he was playing the last time we played against them. So yeah, the first half against Victoria Plaza has actually been quite difficult. I don't know if it's because it's an away game. Obviously, we've only played Inter, and we played our first team in that game, and kind of luckily got the goal. Obviously, because they played that 3-5-2, we just had a lot of space out wide, and that's why we got our goals against Inter. But because Plaza play 4 at the back, we're kind of finding it a little bit difficult at the minute. Inter currently winning 2-0, so it means if we do win this game, we do qualify for the knockout stages of the Champions League. Obviously, we're only at the halfway point, so if we lose the next 3 games, things can all change. So we do need to, I don't know, maybe I should have played our first team against Victoria Plaza, but I just assume we should get the 3 points. Chukwueze with the ball into the edge to Danny Ings. Has he got the space to find the back of the net with the shot now into the back of the net? And that is what we love about Danny Ings, that absolute top quality finishing ability that he does have. And I want to say that Danny Ings in a goal scoring opportunity is better at shooting than Cabral. That might be a bit controversial, but it's ridiculous. Like, as you can see here, there's no, I don't know, I just feel like the defenders should block that, but they don't, because the finish is just so pure. And it is his 4th goal of this Champions League campaign, and I think he's got more. I'll have a look after this game. I think he might have more goals than Cabral this season. So yeah, he's been really good, but we still need to be careful not to concede a goal and lose the 3 points. So I think we'll leave the team as it is for now. We've got Lamer and Lawrence on. Good tackle there from Bogle. Can we get the counter attack going here and get that cushion of a goal to make it 2-0? Hopefully. Not really any options at the minute. Danny Ings into Tom Lawrence. Has he got the turn to spin the defender with the shot now into the back of the net? And that is absolutely lovely from Tom Lawrence. Such a really good squad player to have. And yeah, we do get that second goal just to give us the cushion. I think we will. I think we'll leave Bogle because he won't play that next game anyway. We'll probably rest maybe Chukwueze, maybe Danny Ings actually. Yeah, we'll rest Danny Ings because he's nice to come off the bench if things aren't going to plan. Next full time against Victoria Plaza, we do win the game and advance to the knockout stages now. I think it's pretty much guaranteed, and yeah, it's now down to whether we do finish top or second. So obviously we want to finish top because then we get a much easier draw, hopefully, but we'll have to wait and see. Another loaner offer here for Rias, so it's actually grown to a 76. This time from Dortmund. Obviously, it just shows how valuable teams see him as. But yeah, we've got a few players called up for international duty. Max Bird and Mason Mount to England, Batshuayi to Belgium, Lehmann to Austria, Jozwiak and Bielik to Poland, Knight and Lawrence to Ireland and Wales, then both Felipe and Cabral to Brazil, which is nice to see, of course. So yeah, it's good to see. We've got a number of players in this international fold now, and obviously that game will go on after this next game against Chelsea, and then we've got Manchester City in the start of the next episode, then Benfica, Brighton and Newcastle. Episode after that we'll be playing Liverpool, Inter and Southampton and Leicester. I think that's a really nice episode actually. We've got, you know, really big Premier League game and a couple of cup games, and then we've got one more episode after that, and then we'll be in the January transfer window. So we've got about 30 million to spend. So if you want to start leaving some suggestions, because obviously it does take, you know, a good 28 days I think to scout a player, but I honestly couldn't tell you what we need. We do really, really well at the minute. Mason Mount has grown to an 86 rated cam. Cabral's brilliant at striker. Danny Ings at 80 is ridiculous as well. Like, he's a brilliant player. I'd call him like an 83, maybe even 84 rated striker. Felipe's quality. Lema's really good. Bakayoko, brilliant. Maybe a better left back. If you guys want to think of some suggestions, that's literally about it. And the only reason I say that is because Lowe's hit his maximum potential, and so is probably Gulam. They're both going to stick at 79 now. So I think getting somebody around the, you know, 80. Where is Gulam? So yeah, I think trying to get somebody around the, you know, at least the 83, 84 mark, just to push the team. As you can see, the only player that isn't 80 rated or above is that left back spot. Could debate maybe another winger, you know, a really good top quality one that's maybe towards Jozwiak's mark. Chukwueze is good and still can grow. But yeah, I don't know. I think Jack Harrison's done really well as well since signing, so I'm really happy with the signings we did make in the summer. But obviously Ramsdale will be going to Bayern Munich, who did really well last season actually. I think for 17 million we've done well too. Pretty much double our money. So yeah, let's go into the final game against Chelsea, all the way down in 11th. And we do actually have a few Chelsea players in our team, so it'll be interesting to see how they do against their former clubs. If we do win the game, we could potentially move into 4th position, so we do actually have the game in hand, so we will move into 4th if we do win this game. So yeah, let's see how we do. Actually, we can move to 3rd if we win by 2 goals. Here we are then for the game against Chelsea to wrap up this episode. I've put Chelsea in their alternate kit, which it's quite similar to Crystal Palace's. I don't know if I like it or not. Probably not, because it reminds me of like a Refreshers suite. But yeah, they have got, obviously we've got Bakayoko, Mount, you know, even Batshuayi on the bench. We've not put him on the bench because he's on loan from this club. I just thought, just to be correct, obviously not to include him. But yeah, Chelsea did beat us absolutely emphatically in the FA Cup final, so it would be nice to get a bit of revenge on them. They do have Mendy in goal, who was unbelievable, and I might be slimly tempted to get him as a backup. I don't know if Van der Vaart's quite good enough yet, but we'll wait and see. They've got Halstenberg, Tomori coming against his former club, Malang Sarr and Victor Moses. Not the best defence in the world, you know, probably only around 80 rated, whereas ours is, you know, towards the 85 mark. Then they've got Conor Gallagher and N'Golo Kante, Kennedy and Havertz on the wings, then Hakim Ziyech and Karim Benzema up top. Very, very good attack. It's a bit odd that there's I don't know, I think Chelsea sometimes, like Gallagher and Kennedy and Victor Moses, realistically shouldn't be in that team. But then again, we have signed, you know, Mason Mount from them, so it's going to be a weaker team anyway. Chance here for Chukwueze with his pace. Can he get around Halstenberg with the shot now? Hits the post. Oh, and he just, I don't know. I just think he's missing like a few shooting stats, and you know, he's going to be that next quality player that we do need on that right hand side, but for the time being is missing those chances when he could score them. Chance here for Jozwiak. Has got the pace. Has he got the finish though to find the back of the net? Yes, he does, and that is the dream start against Chelsea in the 8th minute to get the start. Josrak in really good form in this episode. Obviously the 4 goals against Palace, and now the first goal against... it's just a big gap. I don't know what... Like, have a look and see what Malang Sarr does here. So there's a big gap there. So I'm like, I'll run into that. But because... I don't know if it's Cabral dragging him. But he goes across. Right. Let me do it in slow-mo. So at this point, he's coming across to the left. But then because of Mason Mount, I'd guess... he keeps there, but he just shouldn't. He should close that gap. So I'm not too sure why that happened there. But as I said, the Chelsea defence isn't actually that good, so I guess that's defensive awareness coming into it. And it is just absolutely critical to this year's game. Like, defensive awareness is probably, for your defenders, is probably the most important stat. Like, if they've got less than 80, it's shocking. So yeah, I think now that we do have Bielik and Felipe and Lema in that defence, we're just unbelievable. Chance here in the box. Benzema turns, but Bielik does read it, and he's probably one of the best centre-backs now in the Premier League. You know, there's Virgil van Dijk, Laporte, and just trying to think of anyone else that might be, you know, of Bielik's rating and quality. But Josrak has done well there, but just over the bar, unfortunately, with the finesse shot. Inception here from Bakayoko, but Kante does win it back straight away. Now into Hakim Ziyech, who has got a skill move or two to him. Like when you play against somebody with... Obviously, because we've done the development plans to a number of our players to give them 5-star skills. Ooh, Callagher chance it, and that's a goal. As I said, because we've developed most of our players to have 5-star skills, it's not that much of a factor. But when you come against somebody with 5-star skills... you know, it just gives them that extra bit of quality because they can use so many skills now with competitor mode. But Conor Gallagher, the player that I didn't really rate, has actually scored there to make it 1-1, and it will definitely make a difference in the game now that Chelsea have got that first goal. Chance here through for Mount. Can he go around Malang Sarr though? Has won it back to Bird. Now to Cabral. Can he get the finish? Not quite. Mount's in the box. Can he get the finish? With the shot and into the back of the net, does score against his former club. I'm not too sure how you don't celebrate. Can't remember what the bottom is, but I guess we'll just celebrate quite emphatically. He's done a bit of an Adebayor there. I should have done an Adebayor. That would have been funny. Just run the length of the pitch. But yeah, really good finish in that near post. Mendy not saving anything today at the minute, and gets his first goal of the season. He must have a few in the Champions League, surely. I think we did sign him after playing a few Premier League games, so that will probably be why. Yeah, it's funny that his first Premier League goal does come against his former club. Ziyech on the edge of the box there, as you can see with the 5-star skills. You know, it's just a bit ridiculous, but we do manage to get the ball. Can we slip Cabral in? I completely forget at times that there is another defender just dropped off by a mile just to stop that opportunity. Chukwueze inside here to Mount. Have we got the opportunity to kick off this second half very nicely? Mount's got a bit of space to run into. Is it going to be a repeat of the first goal? Mendy does save it though. Obviously Mount haven't... I don't know if I need to move his development plan to a weak foot now. I think he's got the 5-star skills. It's just a debate of whether he's got the weak foot. But a punch from Mendy there. Lema with the ball here, tries to slip it into Cabral, slips it back to the Austrian with the shot, and that is an absolutely wonderful goal from him, and it might be his first Premier League goal, might be the first goal for the club, to be honest. Lema just really... I do love versatile players, you know, the opportunity to play him either in the holding midfielder role or at right back is just super good, and a really nice run from him. And yeah, Mendy's just not that good today. Like in the FA Cup final, was one of the best keepers I've come against in this career mode. But in today's game, just hasn't saved anything. Just right with a lot of space to run into here. Can he slip Mason Mount through? I don't know why that switched to Artur Cabral, but Mason Mount with the shot to make it 4-1. And we do pretty much wrap up this game now with his second goal. Could have done an Adebayor there, I guess, but we'll go for the Rock the Baby celebration. Or is it Rock the Crib? Whatever it is. Yeah, nice to see him on his left foot get that goal and to get his second goal of the season. We have just made a few sick changes, bringing on Ings, Lawrence and somebody else. Next full time against Chelsea, a bit of revenge for that FA Cup final that we did lose. I think it was 5-1, so we almost matched what they did against us. But Kemal Jozwiak, Mason Mount obviously with a couple, and Lema with the goals to make the difference. And yeah, again, like I think the computer just needs to be a little bit more clinical. Like, they have a lot of the ball, but they just don't really do too much with it, whereas we're a lot more counter-attacking based. So with that win against Chelsea, we do move into third in the table with Manchester City and Brighton above us. Yeah, I don't know, it's kind of weird seeing Brighton with so many points after 12 games so far. I'm not too sure how they've done it. They've only lost one game and won 9. I think we have them in the next episode, I'm pretty sure. Let's have a look and see when we do play Brighton. We do have both Brighton and Manchester City in the next episode, so there's a chance, if we do win both of them, to potentially go top of the table. Obviously we do have the Champions League game against Benfica and the game against Inter Milan as well to come. Yeah, that next episode, obviously we kick it off with the game against Manchester City at the Etihad, which will be a tough one to start off the episode. And I do like what we're doing in a way. We're playing 4 games because your first game's a bit of a warm-up. You might get a draw or something, maybe a lucky win. But the 3 games after that, I'm finding it quite nice because we're in a good rhythm to get some good results together. Another loan offer for Riaz, again, this time from Inter Milan. So it does show that he is quite highly valued, and teams are interested in bringing him, but I think he's just a nice backup to have. For some reason, Gulam wants to play this next game. So I'm just going to say we've got more important games to come up, even though, you know, realistically we don't. But he'll play against Benfica, I guess. But yeah, let me know in terms of left backs. I think that's where we need to look in terms of improving. Because I just think Max Lowe, he's okay, but at 75 defending, you know, if you compare him to Lema, the right back, you know, it's night and day the difference between the two. You know, he's got plus 10 passing, plus 6 defending, and plus 11 physical. So if we can get somebody around the 83 or 84 mark, if you want to suggest some players, then that'd be great. Pretty much the best left backs on the game that I'm kind of looking for, to be honest. You know, there's not many above 83, 84, so there's not going to be too many options, but we'll have to wait and see what we can afford and stuff like that. Yeah, at the minute we're just in really, really good form, and I just can't complain about any of the signings that we did make in the summer, so good to see we spent well. And hopefully you guys are enjoying this series. Obviously we're aiming to, you know, win the Champions League or win the Premier League this season. It'll be the next, you know, we haven't actually won any silverware in this career mode, other than a playoff final, if that counts. But yeah, we got the Carabao Cup, which we are in the quarterfinals of. So if we win against Leicester, only a couple of games away from winning that trophy. Still have the FA Cup to come up, obviously in January, and yeah, we are through to the knockout stages in the Champions League. It just really depends on whether we finish first or second. So yeah, hopefully, guys did enjoy this episode. Make sure you do leave a like, rating if you did enjoy, and see you soon. Bye.